PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, I think, from the last couple rounds of redistricting.
Understood.
Yeah, I have a 10th grader and an 8th grader.
All right, we're starting our first small group session now.
I'd like my kids to be able to feel like they know what school they're going to and they have somewhere they're going to belong and not be yanked and moved somewhere else. I understand my 10th grader is pretty settled, but I'd like to think my 8th grader can go to high school and be reassured that she can stay somewhere. We were also had the concern that my kids were going to be in 2 different schools if we were redistricted, which was going to be a real challenge to try to figure out how that could work for our family. So I guess I want to know your thoughts about redistricting.
So my thoughts about redistricting is if we have a new high school or middle school, elementary school opening, yes, we'll need to do redistricting to fill that capacity. And if there are any overcrowding issues, we need to address that. For example, Howard High School, 136%. That is too crowded. We need to address that. But want to minimize the impact on families. I'm opposing the cascading or domino type of redistricting because that moves too many students. And also I think we need to be mindful about the families. Not only one student, because you mentioned that you have 2 kids, right? So one in 10th grader and then it will be a rising junior, basically will be exempted. And then you have 8th grader who is going to be a freshman, then the freshman will be exempt. So you have 2 children attending 2 schools. That is a practical issue, especially say I also have kids. I know how difficult it was for pick up kids from their after school activities, and if they are the opposite direction, you will be just driving on the road. Yeah, so it's a very practical issue, so I'm trying to minimize the impact on students. We'll just do the necessary that we fill in the capacity of the new school and also address the overcrowding issues. But minimize the impact, make it as stable as possible. I believe that stable community is very important and a safe environment for students. It takes time to build a relationship. It takes time to have that safe net.
Is your first thought of the overcrowding schools redistricting being the answer? Or is there trailers or other options since the enrollment kind of in a few years can switch?
Yeah, so I think we need to look at the long-term trend because you can see it vary year by year. So it's important that we look at the projection on what is the age distribution of that community, because we know that lots of the new families they move in here, they have younger kids. Right? And then when their kids grow older, empty nesters, they tend to move out of Howard County. So we need to look at the age distribution and also look at the development to figure out what will be the enrollment projection for that school, because we don't want to move students out and then the next year or in 2 years we found out that, well, now it's under capacity. Because students are not ping pong balls, we don't want to bounce them back and forth. It will be very, very difficult for them. Yeah, so I think long-term planning is important. I believe Board of Education need to work together with County Council. They need to work together, especially for the area that we know already overcrowded. Think about development. We don't want to do overdevelopment, overcrowded schools, because we will know that that creates new issues. Yeah, so I prefer long-term planning and also collaboration between County Council and the BOE.
So what's your, sorry, go ahead.
So my question is about having a performance audit by the State Board of Education or Howard County Schools.
So about performance audit, I think we need to figure out the endpoint. So how do we assess the performance? And then we'll need some measurement and a matrix. For example, when we're talking about performance, are we looking at their test scores, or are we also looking at their physical well-being, about the social, emotional development, about what's the environment that students are on. So I think in order to audit, we need to have a very solid set of measurement and measurable scale that could an outcome, because otherwise it's hard to quantify or qualify. Yeah.
So yeah, kind of piggyback on her question. So there is a big achievement gap between the schools in Howard County. It's very unfortunate, but it is there. What is your proposal, or what's your plan to make sure that all the schools are performing at the same high level rather than trying to move people around and make sure that everybody's performing at the same low level?
Yeah. Well, because I'm a statistician, so when I look at the
There you go.
data, I also look at trend. So instead of look at only one time point and compare schools by school, I also want to see what happens to the same students. Because we know there are individual differences. Also, we have new students move into Howard County. It's possible that because our schools, we have excellent school system, every school is excellent. And then if the student move into Howard County, if at the starting point they have a lower test scores compared to other students, but if we see they got improved, then we look at the trend, because I don't think we need to have a uniform cutoff to evaluate schools. Instead, we look at the students, are they improving? Do they feel happy in that environment? Do they enjoy learning? And so that's very important because we want the student to be able to learn and feel safe and make friends. Because I believe that getting them into college is not really a finish line. That is just one milestone in the lifelong marathon. So we need to get them ready, academically, physically, emotionally, and also socially.